Actually, I've been in the military total for about 26 years now. That's active and reserve time.
Oh, is that really?
Yes. So it's been a total 26 years without a break in service.
What type of jobs have you performed within the military?
Numerous jobs. My first job in the military was infantry. Infantry is where you learn your basic fighting skills, you learn how to survive. You are the frontline soldier in battle. I've gone from infantry to signal. I was a signal officer, communications. Then I went from communications to transportation, and now I'm currently a logistics officer. Yes, working as an operations officer.
Why did you choose your military career anyway?
Well, believe it or not, I had no intention of going in the military. My goal was to actually just go straight from high school to college, but there are some things that happened in my life where I felt like maybe the military would be the best option for me. And by going in the military, I could also go to school and assist my mother financially, along with my brother and sister. So I decided to go to the military. And once I went in, I did my initial enlistment and had intentions of getting out. And I actually did, but I stayed in the reserve or the National Guard during that time. I worked as a civilian for a while, finished college, and decided that the military was best for me. And I said if I could get back in, I would go back in and make a career out of it. So that's what I did.
Nice. Where are you stationed?
Currently, I'm in Orlando, Florida.
Orlando, Florida?
Yes.
Oh, that's not too far from here.
Not far at all.
Right. Are you stationed on a ship or on land at all?
Land. Being in the Army, we're not on ships.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought they would. A few. Not
Well,
sure.
the Marines, you'll have Marines that'll go out on ships, but the Army, we're all land forces.
Okay.
We're not stationed on ships.
I mean, you can fly or something like that.
Oh yeah. We depend on other services for transportation, but we're not on ships.
Can you tell me about your experiences about the military?
Well, I've had a lot of experiences in the military because the military has a lot to offer. One of the things I like most about it is after doing a job for a certain number of years, you move on to another location and do something else, especially as an officer. There's some, and just like with civilian jobs, there are pros and cons to being in the military. Some things, there's some good things about it, and there's some bad things about it. But my experiences in the military have been good. My initial enlistment, maybe I didn't feel that way and felt like it wasn't for me. And actually I did. I told my mother it wasn't for me. But as I matured, I felt like the military had more to offer to me, and I could excel. And really, not really to prove anything to myself, but as the old Army slogan, I had the opportunity to be all I could be.
What was the old Army slogan, might I ask?
Be all you can be. Now it's Army strong.
Oh, wow. Have you ever gone to war at all?
Yes, I have. I've been deployed. I was in Kuwait, went to Iraq, and other little places over in the Middle East. But yes, I have been deployed only once at this point in time. Yes.
What do you like most about your profession?
The thing I like most about the military is, and I stated it earlier, actually, you have the opportunity to do different jobs after a certain number of years. Currently, I'm working as an operations officer. I will be leaving for Germany at the end of next month, and I'll be doing something else in logistics. So I think having the opportunity to do various jobs, meeting people and getting a lot of different experience is the thing that I like most about the military. One thing that really captured my interest when I was a young soldier is that being as young as I was, the military put a lot of trust in me, and that really meant a lot to me because I didn't have a lot of experience. I was young, but on the civilian side, when everybody is looking for experience, the military gives you the opportunity to prove yourself and gives you that experience, and that's what I like most about it.
What advice would you give me if I wanted to pursue this as a career like yours?
Well, I think doing just what you're doing, researching. I told my own children, take that opportunity, and now actually in middle school is the time to be doing it. Take the opportunity to research careers that you may be interested in. Talk to people that are currently in that profession. There is a book that I've told my kids about, Occupational Outlook, and for every year, and it has every occupation in it. It has the mean, it has all occupations in it with the education that's required, if the field is expected to grow in the future. It has the mean salary, what the working environment is like. So I think if you were interested in a career in the military, just research it and talk to people that are currently in the military, not just the Army, but every branch, because although you can have similar jobs, in every branch, but some are unique, branch specific. But I think researching and talking to people that are currently in that field would probably be the best thing, because it will help you narrow down what you like, because a lot of people will say, well, I want to go to the Army, I want to go to the Navy, but exactly what do you want to do in the Army and Navy? There's various jobs that you can do in the military. Practically anything that you do on the civilian side, you can do in the military. And there are some that you can do in the military that you may not be able to do on the civilian side. So I would say just research it and talk to people that are, and get as much background and information that you can on that particular field, because it's easy to say you want to do something, but researching it now is the time, because when you get in high school, you should be defining your options more. You should be defining them, and because right now you may have a broad scope, but as you get into high school, you should be defining that a little bit more. So I would say just research it. It's probably the best thing that you can do.
In the military, what's your main product or service?
Well, we must be able to fight and win our nation's wars. That is what we do. That is what our primary goal, to fight and win our nation's wars. We train for that. That is our job. That is our product, to defend our nation.
In what ways do you think the city of Jacksonville benefits from having the military here?
I would say more than anything, well, I wouldn't say more than anything, but I'm sure a lot of people would agree that economically, having NAS Jax, having Mayport and Cecil Field does a lot for the economy here in Jacksonville. But not only that, the military partners with a lot of the programs that the city has to offer, and a lot of partnership is going on, I'm sure. Although I'm not stationed here in Jacksonville, I'm sure that's happening with the military. So the community and the city itself gains from the partnership with the military. Even something as this, me being in the military and doing this, I mean, hopefully y'all will gain something from it. But I think economically, because having the military here puts a lot of money back into the economy. And a lot of the people that are here in the military retire and stay here. And they, even after their military careers may be over, they contribute to the city in other ways. So I think economically, and then the partnerships with the community are some of the most prominent things that I can think of as far as the city benefiting from having the military here. And not just Jacksonville, but I say that for any city.
I believe you are a major. Is that right, Mr. Hughes?
Yes, in 04.
Right. How would you get there?
Well, you have to have a college. You have to have a college degree. There's more than one route to becoming an officer. You can get an art. You can go to college and get an art and be an ROTC, and get commissioned that way. Or you can go to OCS, which I did. You can go to OCS, and once you are you've met the requirements, you have to have a certain GT score. This is on the Army side now. I can't speak for the Navy or the Air Force or the Marines, but I know the Army, you have to have a certain GT score, and you submit a packet. And once you're accepted, you can you get commissioned, and you just go from there. But you know, there's being an officer. It's a challenge. You have to be ready to lead. You know, as an officer, you've got to be prepared to leave. I mean, hey, you're making the decisions, and people are looking at you to be a leader.
Wow. Alright. That's about all of our questions, Mr. Hughes. I think that's about it.
Right.
Yeah. Well, thank you for your time and
not a problem.
answering these questions. Thank you.
Okay, you're not a problem. Glad to be here.
All right.